Hello everyone, Bully Bananas here. Welcome to a new video. So Ultra League just got here. I don't know how many resources you guys have, but I really don't have a lot of resources. I have one XL Pokemon. Technically I have Berserker XL, but I'm not really gonna use that. It's not really at a good place currently, but I do have XL Galarian Stunfisk that I'm probably going to use very soon because in my first day playing Ultra League, I am seeing all these insane XL Pokemon, and it's extremely hard to compete if you don't have XL Pokemon at your disposal, in my opinion. But I did play with this non-XL team, and we did win overall. I think we went around 15 or 16 and 9 throughout the day. But it wasn't. It was very difficult overall, or was it more like 15 and 10? But we did go up with this team. So you don't need XL to win, but as you guys are gonna see, a lot of these games are very tough for us to win. Um, and also, one thing that I want to say is that the state of the game is not too great currently. Like the lag and some really weird things happening all around. All right, so here we're against Toxicroak. Obviously, not a great matchup. I think I'm not making the best play. I think going into Gallade might be a little bit better as a safe swap, because Venusaur is more of a soft counter here, but it's just overall not as of a not great swap compared to a Gallade, in my opinion. But we did go into Venusaur here. The thing is, Venusaur still has play against Toxicroak, right? So we're not really losing this matchup that bad. They farm perfectly to Sludge Bomb us and to take us out here. And I probably come in with my Gallade, get one confusion with the farm. They go into their Snorlax. Okay, I definitely misplay. I should go for close combat, or I should get out of this matchup right away, because I should realize that my Gallade is my way to victory right here. But I stay in there way too long, and then I throw a Leaf Blade. My opponent is definitely saving his shield for whatever is in the back, and it's probably a Lapras. And this is why I think that I made a huge misplay, because I think my best play is to go into my Gallade immediately, and then they probably come in with either Snorlax or Lapras, right? Most likely Snorlax, and then I can grab a shield from the Snorlax, and then I can try to use Empoleon to take out the Snorlax, and then I think my Gallade could probably sweep this game with 2 shield up. But well, my Venusaur. Sorry, if I safe swap Gallade, I probably only have Venusaur in the back, because as you're just gonna see, it is a Lapras in the back. It's a very common team that Though Tactical played popularized. So I should have probably recognized that and then played accordingly. But unfortunately, I was not very familiar with Ultra League, right? It just came back in. So I wasn't too sure. I forgot a lot of the matchups. But this is fine. This was like the first game I played, I think. And surprisingly, there was actually 0XL in the first game. But as you guys are gonna see, as we go down, we're gonna see a lot of tough XL Pokemon around. My opponent actually flexes on me with the Skull Bash there. I was actually very close to double Leaf Blade, so that could have theoretically lost my opponent the game if they farmed with just one more. But that's okay. Alright, so here we have Empoleon versus Ninetales. Oh, I think this is the game where I was very annoyed by the game. So they go into Dribblum, which is fine. So I just need to get these Hydro Cannons off. It's very weird. Like the fast moves are sometimes like stopped. They're like stopped, and then all of a sudden they go really fast. So it almost looks like they're like rapid firing sometimes, and it makes the decision making and like the counting a little bit off sometimes. But that's not the thing that I want to bring up for this one. We actually lost CMP here. I think, if I remember correctly, Empoleon should win CMP, but unfortunately we did lose CMP. So I'm gonna try to get this Hydro Cannon off. Okay, I'm not throwing the Hydro Cannon. So what I'm looking to do is probably trying to farm this all the way down. And then I'm probably gonna safe swap to bait out the Olo Ninetales. I'll actually just go into my Gallade and Confusion down this Dribblum, which is fine. and I should go for close combat here. Leaf Blade is not the right play because close combat does neutral damage as well, and it benefits from stab. It just does a little bit more damage. But okay, so I got Charm down. I have 2 moves stored here, so all I need to do is land 2 Hydro Cannons, right? I think they got a Charm through, so but that does not KO. So I just need to land my Hydro Cannon again. I'm pressing, and my Empoleon is gone. There you go, guys. That's why I was very annoyed by this game. Because if I got my Hydro Cannon off, even if they caught it on the Scrafty, it was I could put it down into Frenzy Plant range, and then what I could do is farm up to 2, and then take the Scrafty out with 1 Frenzy Plant, and then I have a Frenzy Plant stored for the Ninetales in the back, and I would have easily won this game. But I just left the game at that point because my opponent could get to 2 foul plays. I was very annoyed because I had 2 moves and then they swapped and I couldn't even throw it. Alright, here we're against Umbreon. I think this is another game where I got really annoyed later on. Let's see. So okay, so they denied my fast move, which was a little bit unfortunate, right? They actually have Dark Pulse as well, which makes this matchup a little bit better for the Umbreon because they can just throw 2 and then almost just farm you down, I think. But I do have a very high ranked Empoleon for Ultra League. Okay, we finally got a move through that is very good, because we could potentially make this Umbreon really low. They got 1 back though, so I guess it didn't really matter. And I think my opponent will probably try to get themselves a little bit low and then they throw, which is very smart play, so that I get less farm on whatever Pokemon I have. And I probably come in with my Gallade here to get 1 Confusion worth of farm. I do get 1 Confusion worth of farm, and they come in with the Galvantula, which is fine. Totally fine seeing Galvantula here. I did not get the Confusion through. They did deny me, and they threw immediately as well. So I do have to shield once because I do need my Gallade to take out this Galvantula. This is a misplay by me. I went for the close combat, which I really shouldn't have. But I think I should just go for double Leaf Blade so I don't debuff myself. They got 2 Volt Switches through. This is the 2nd Volt Switch they got through. So they're at another move. I have to swap out if I want to preserve my Gallade. But unfortunately, I think their Galvantula is going to get to 2 moves. And that probably is game over. Unless they have something that's like Swampert, which is extremely weak to Venusaur, right? But as you guys are gonna see, they actually do have something weak to my Venusaur. Wait, am I triple debuffed? Okay, I think I may have I should have probably thrown the Frenzy Plant at that point, but I got a little bit greedy. I tried to farm all the way down. Okay, so I'm actually triple debuffed. I wasn't aware at that point. I thought I was only double debuffed, and then as you can see, the Frenzy Plant is taking doing no damage to the Jellicent, a water type Pokemon, and they got 2 Hexes through, and I think that pretty much can seal the game. I was very frustrated by the game because they kept getting the Volt Switches through, and I didn't get a single Confusion through whenever they threw, but that's fine. Like I said, these are just beginning of my battles, and I was doing very unfamiliar, and I was playing very suboptimally, right? But I started playing better as I got more used to this team, and I started getting more wins. So here, I had a really good lead against Talonflame, and then they go into Kingdra. This is actually not the greatest matchup because Kingdra will force a shield from Venusaur anyways. So what I'm going to do here is just try to farm this Kingdra all the way down, and that way I could get to 2 Sludge Bomb against Talonflame. So here I'm doing 2 Vine Whips before I throw to maximize the amount of Vine Whips I can get. And then I'm going to do 1 more Vine Whip, and before the damage registers, we're going to land the Sludge Bomb, which will do a lot of damage, right? So I actually swapped into Empoleon right here because I knew that my opponent wanted to farm me down, right? And in that farm down duration, they can't swap out of that matchup, and 2 Waterfall actually takes it out. And that is a very good situation for me. So they only have 1 Pokemon, which is Venusaur. I throw over farm to throw at the CMP because I know Empoleon wins CMP. This way we're at the even shield scenario, well, I want them to throw their energy. That was the most important thing. Once they dump their energy, they can't really take out my Gallade here because we still have a shield, right? And we're able to take that game pretty convincingly. GG to my opponent. Alright, next one we have Empoleon versus Galvantula. This another game I massively misplay. I'm showing a lot of games that I'm misplaying, but I think it's a lot of misplays are actually really good for learning as well, right? So I should really swap out because my matchups in the back are more neutral, but Empoleon is definitely bad here. So we had to shield a discharge, right? And then just trying to farm, get to the next Hydro, or force my opponent to throw some energy. My opponent built up to 1 extra Volt Switch, and then they're gonna throw right here to take me out. They go for a discharge, which will take me out, and I go into my Gallade, and I do 2 Confusion to take them out just before they get to the move. And there we see a Bronzong. So this is what I thought about when I said I had to swap out, because Bronzong beats both of my Pokemon in the back. Obviously, it's not a very common Pokemon. It's hard to prepare for. So I'm not sure if I should have considered the fact that they might have a Bronzong in the back. So that was very unfortunate. And I think the Bronzong is just going to be able to sweep, because they did also correctly shield up my close combat there. Very good play. And here, I think I should definitely overfarm, but I also don't want to get taken out by the fast moves, but I should definitely overfarmed here to get myself lower, and also force them to maybe throw energy, and then I can farm down with my own Gallade. But then again, I don't think a close combat will be able to take out this Bronzong here anyways, because it's very tanky and it only does neutral damage. So I'm just going to concede the matchup by not shielding the Psyshock. GG to my opponent. That was very not well played by me. Alright, Stunfisk. This is okay lead. It's comes down to a bait game. A lot of times I like to just throw Hydro Cannon immediately, but my opponent actually catches here. All the other ones that I played against, they just shield up and then they go for their move, either bait, sometimes not a bait, right? But they caught it on the Kingdra, which is double resisted. It did no damage. I come in with my Venusaur here against a Kingdra, which is a solid response here. But again, in this matchup, you still have to shield, which is very, very unfortunate, because Kingdra is such a strong safe swap, right? We did shield up the Outrage. We got some really weird lag. It's not just a screen recording. My phone was just really, really buggy with the lags, but it appeared to be neutral there. So here they come in with their Stunfisk. They did 1 shot, so they're at the Earthquake. If this is the Earthquake, then we'll let it go for sure, right? So now they're out of energy. I'm gonna go into my Empoleon here, and then they go into a Politoed, which is really bad for me because they have 2 shields up, and Politoed is very good, very solid response to my Empoleon, especially if they have Earthquake. And the fact that they're Shadow means that they're more likely to have Earthquake, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is trying to get the last shield. I do have to shield here. Let's see. Yep, I'm gonna get the Leaf Blade off as well to get the last shield, because I need their shields to be gone, right? Basically, but they throw immediately. I know that I can't waterfall down this. I think they're exactly out of energy, and it takes 8, or maybe they have 1, but I'm only 4 waterfalls away. I should go for the Hydro just in case they catch it on the Stunfisk, but it didn't really matter. As long as this lands on the Politoed, I think I should be able to just waterfall down the Stunfisk, because they were at 0 energy, and then 4 waterfalls were able to take out the Stunfisk. So I gave it to my opponent. They made the game very, very hard for me. They were playing a double water as well, so they baited out my Venusaur, right? Alright, this is tough. Against Obstagoon, I just go into my Gallade, and hopefully I can play the bait game correctly. the counters, I don't know if you guys noticed, like they were acting really weird. It's like they don't do any damage, and then all of a sudden it did do like 2 damage immediately. And here they did 2 counters. I did 1 confusion, and then somehow they won CMP due to a desync, right? Which is very, very annoying. So here I'm gonna go for the Leaf Blade bait, hopefully to get a shield. If not, that would be very unfortunate. So we do get the shield. That means we could actually land this close combat here on the CMP. I'm not sure if that was a CMP, but it looked like one because I think they would have snuck in a move there due to a desync. Alright, so we threw on CMP, we got their shield. Now we are up a shield. So I'm gonna come in with my Venusaur here. I'm gonna tank whatever move they throw here. Probably just nice slash spams. And what I'm gonna do 5 more Vine Whips, and then I'm gonna throw on the CMP, hoping that this Frenzy will take out this Obstagoon. But Obstagoon in Ultra League is very, very tanky, so this actually doesn't even take out the Obstagoon. And what happens is they get off another Nice Slash, which is very unfortunate. But I will be able to farm down this Obstagoon with my Venusaur, so I do have some energy loaded. And then it all depends on what they could have in the back, right? They come in with a Nido Queen. So my Empoleon definitely has some play here. I just don't know what the other Pokemon they could have in the back, right? So what I do, I come in with my Empoleon here. I'm gonna have to shield Earth Power because it will do a lot of damage. Not KO, but it will do a lot of damage. And then they do have a Swampert in the back. This is gonna be very, very close. So I'm gonna land this Hydro Cannon. They do have to go for the Earthquake to take me out, and they will be almost out of energy when they do that. So they won't be able to land another Hydro Cannon after doing this Earthquake. So what I can do is farm down the Swampert and hopefully survive 2 Poison Jabs. And I was just barely able to survive 2 Poison Jabs, and I get to this Frenzy play here. And I was able to win this with 2 HP on my Venusaur. So very, very close, and good game to my opponent. We're able to come back from the Obstagoon lead, which is pretty tough for my team. Alright, Empoleon Mirrors. Empoleon Mirrors are also not too fun to play with. Okay, so they've perfectly denied our move, which is not a great sign for us. I'm trying to not throw, just hopefully that maybe we can get a move through, right? Again, they safe swap into Kingdra. It's very, very common. A lot of people just safe swap Kingdra, but this was actually not a great play by on my side, because I think this actually tells me that they have 3 water type Pokemon, and Kingdra is probably the best matchup against a Venusaur out of all the water type Pokemon. And I actually no shielded that. Okay, that's just terrible play on my side, because they almost certainly have another water type Pokemon, right? Alright, so they come in with the Empoleon. I will land this Leaf Blade here. Go for a bait. They definitely have another water type Pokemon, so I'm definitely not making the correct play here. So here I'm gonna shield up. I'm definitely super rusty here. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my Empoleon. Alright, never mind. It's actually a double dragon team. I haven't seen double dragon teams for quite a long time. But this is not the double dragon team that I was expecting. It's actually the Dragalge XL, and it's actually a very solid response to Empoleon, even though Empoleon resists every move from Dragalge. But Dragalge is just very, very bulky, and Dragon Tails do a lot of damage, chip damage. So this is very, very tough. I could have actually won this game if I remember now. So I was able to farm down. If I throw this Leap Blade and was able to deny, I could win that. But I tried to do 1 confusion and then farm up to 2 and then throw back to back. But I wasn't gonna live through the second waterfall. But if I was able to throw when they come back and deny their waterfall, then I could have actually thrown the second Leap Blade in the middle of their second waterfall animation and win that game. But overall, I don't think I played that great in this matchup. Alright, so here we're against the Ninetales. They're coming with Empoleon. We have a perfect response to this Empoleon, which is our Venusaur. So Ultra League matchup between Venusaur and Empoleon is actually even better than Great League. In Great League, the Drill Peck will do a lot of damage to Venusaur, and they could actually threaten shields. But in Ultra League, the Drill Peck doesn't do that much damage, so you don't really need to shield them. They can go down 2 shields, and you only have to shield once in order to win this matchup, I think. So it's a very, very dominating matchup in Ultra League compared to Great League. So they get off another move here, right? But we actually outpace very convincingly to the next Frenzy Plant compared to the Empoleon before they can Waterfall us down or before they get to the next charge move. Because Venusaur gets to 3 charge moves before Empoleon gets to 3 charge moves, right? Much faster, actually. And then we have switch advantage, and then they come in with the Toxicroak, get some farm, but then we have Gallade, perfect response, and then we have Empoleon for the Ninetales, and there's pretty much nothing my opponent can do here. I'm gonna let whatever these moves are throw. We're gonna tank everything. It's just a Dazzling Gleam. Actually did like a fair amount of damage to my Empoleon, but I should be able to take this out with a couple more waterfalls. Wow, Ninetales is so tanky in Ultra League. I can't believe how tanky some of these Pokemon are in Ultra League. Alright, at least Toxicroak is not very tanky. We're gonna get this Drill Peck off, and then if my swap button is up, I'm definitely gonna try to swap. I don't think it's up yet. Alright, so here it is up. We go for the Confusion, and yeah, we're able to take out the Toxicroak. I think we're gonna see a little bit more wins down our road, because I was starting to play a little bit better, right? I got more used to some of the matchups, but once you guys see some of alright, but you guys will still see some interesting teams, Ultra League Premier Cup. So against Empoleon here, it all depends on the CMP. I think we both had the same idea, trying to throw at double Hydro Cannon, because double Hydro Cannon KOs. I'm going to no shield that. So now I know that I lose CMP. I am going to swap out of this matchup, hoping to catch another Hydro Cannon, because they might try to smash that button. They were definitely smashing that Hydro Cannon button. You guys should learn from this person and smash that like button as well. Alright, so they're coming with the Gyarados. Alright, this is when I realized, okay, this could be a triple water team. It's a very interesting team that people like to run. Last time I thought that Kingdra was a triple water team, but I think they actually run with Gyarados a little bit more. I get to this Frenzy. My opponent was able to CMP time me, so I actually shield here, because I want to get this Frenzy off. I want to get the shields. Whenever you have a Gallade on your team, you want to try to get shields down, because when shields are down, Gallade can do really well. And that was kind of what was my thinking for all of these games. So I have no shield the second Aqua Tail, and I go back into my Empoleon here actually, and I go for this Drill Peck, hoping to chip down this Gyarados so that it gets low enough for my Gallade to finish up later. And then they have a Swampert in the back. I was able to land this Hydro Cannon off, which is very, very good. They were able to farm me down though, so they have 6 6 Mush Shots worth of energy, if I counted correctly. I come in with my Venusaur because they are still forced to throw on my Venusaur, and I'm able to soak up these extra cannon as basically an extra shield, right? So now I come in with my Gallade, and I just need to farm this Swampert down, and then against the they're probably coming in with the Empoleon, and then I just need to land one Leaf Blade. Whatever the Gyarados has won't KO me. I don't think they're quite at a move. They're very close to Aqua Tail, but they're not at a move yet, so I just need to take out the Empoleon. And then one Confusion actually took out the Gyarados, and it's a good game, well played. So yeah, my opponent was rocking a triple water team, which is not bad for us, right? Alright, so this time I learned from my very first game. I actually save swap into my Gallade now. They have an Umbreon, which is a little bit unfortunate. Not the greatest matchup for me, right? But fortunately, you could actually force a shield if they overfarm a little bit too much. If you're on the other side, I think it might be better just to throw the moves immediately as you get to them, so that this Gallade wouldn't force shields from you. They actually did get to double, and they threw back to back. But I'm going to shield the second one, and I got the Leaf Blade off, and I should be able to force a shield, or I'm going to win back swap. My opponent doesn't know that I actually don't have a great answer to the Toxicroak, so they decide to win swap advantage. It also could mean that they have something very weak to Empoleon in the back, right? But this, I'm going to get off an Elite Blade on their next move, which was actually a CMP, which is super amazing for me, right? We're going to tank that foul play. I come in with my Empoleon. I'm going to be able to farm that down, and then I go for a Drill Peck here against the Toxicroak, which puts it very, very low. And then I'm probably going to swap into my Venusaur right away. And they had a Talonflame. So this is very, very tough, because Talonflame is a very hard counter to my Venusaur, right? And I think I actually misplayed this a little bit. What I should really do here is go up to one more Vine Whip. I needed one more Vine Whip here to throw when they get to 100 energy. But I threw a little bit too early, so that even though I got this Vine Whip through, I can't shield and then have that Vine Whip take it out. That means they're going to land under Flame Charge on me right here, and I'm forced to shield this because it was buffed. This is very unfortunate. I still need 2 or 3 Waterfalls to take out the Toxicroak. They go for a Mud Bomb here. That's going to do quite a bit of damage, and I still need 2 Waterfall to take out this Toxicroak, and it turned out to be a draw at the end. So very, very close. It was a tough lead and a tough counter swap, so we'll take a draw at that point, right? So they have an Obstacle here. Again, playing out of an Obstacle matchup is very, very tough. I come in with my Gallade here. So they go for a Night Slash right away. Again, you don't want to shield the first Night Slash, because in case they get boosted, you want to shield the second Night Slashes, right? So we're going to go for a Leaf Blade right here, a bait. I like to bait the first move because it's very risky for my opponent to not shield, but my opponent actually called the bait, and they no shielded, so I was very impressed. Calling the shield takes a big guts, right? Here I'm gonna throw another Leaf Blade, hoping to grab a shield. My opponent got a counter through, not the greatest thing, right? We grab a shield, and at this point I think I'm just gonna let this go, because if I shield here and then try to get their last shield, they're just going to farm me down, and Obstagoon with energy is very, very dangerous. So what I'm going to do here is come out with my Venusaur, hoping to farm as much as I can. Obviously, I do have to tank 1 Night Slash, and then I'm going to throw after 4, I think, if there's a desync, just to be sure. So I'm going to throw this Frenzy. I could probably done one more and then 2 CMP, but we'll throw this just to be safe. And then it depends on what they have in the back. Oh, I remember this game. So here I'm counting, they have 5. My win condition is basically catching a Sludge Bomb on my Empoleon, right? So, alright, I did 7, they did 7, and turned out they didn't throw all my Empoleon, so that's very bad. I kind of figured that they have a Machamp in the back. This is a very common team as well, popularized by Tiny Boy, very strong battler. So now I'm going to overfarm and then throw this Frenzy Plant to take out this Machamp, but this is not looking good. My opponent already has a Sludge Bomb worth of energy. So basically there's no way for me to win, right? Except, you know, for them to go for a Frenzy Plant. And that's double resisted. So, well, a sudden win condition disappeared, because they went for the Frenzy Plant and we didn't shield that, and we were able to survive, and now we have the energy advantage, and now we can just safely shield this move and then go for a Sludge Bomb on our side, double Sludge Bomb basically, to take out my opponent here. Basically, all my opponent needed to do was go for double Sludge Bomb, and there was nothing I could do. So, good game to my opponent. Sometimes you don't want to bait, right? If you don't need to bait, you don't want to bait. Alright, against Nidoqueen and Polion, this is a very good matchup because it's non-shadow. Against non-shadow Nidoqueen, you don't need to shield the first move, because the Earth Power will not take you out. What I'm going to do here is just go for straight Hydro Cannons. Hopefully they don't catch, right? They didn't go for the catch. They're going to throw right here. I'm going to no shield because I know Earth Power actually doesn't KO in Ultra League. I let that go, and I'm going to keep trying to keep farming this down. I think I actually shield this move. If this is Earth Power, this will take me out, right? So I do shield it, and then I'm going to farm this Nidoqueen all the way down because I know they can't reach another Earth Power. And then they come back in with the Obstacle here. I did one Waterfall and they get 2 counters, right? And then I'm going to do 2 more Waterfall and then throw the next Hydro Cannon, which is exactly when they get to a move. And if they weren't careful with their countings, they might have tried to throw a move right here, which they did. So I'm just going to let my Empoleon go down at this point. And then they will be out of energy. They should Honor Charge and then do 1 extra counter. So now I have pretty good counter in the back with our Venusaur, but they have a Dribblum, which is pretty much a core breaker for my team, unfortunately. But the good thing is, you know, I have shield advantage, and also I have 2 Pokemon, right? And they actually went for straight Icy Wind, and there's no way I'm going to shield an Icy Wind, so I let that go, and my Gallade was able to get off these Leaf Blades. They're at 5 hexes, right? And I'm gonna land another Leaf Blade right here, and then I need 1 more Confusion worth of damage, and basically now it's seeing farm downrange for my Venusaur. I'm probably going to no shield this because I know that Icy Wind or Shadow Ball will not take me out. And then I just need 1 more Vine Whip to take out the that Pokemon, and then my opponent can seize the game. So I believe that's all the games. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't need XL to win games, but XL will make you win a lot more games than if you were playing non-XL. Obviously, we also saw a lot of opponents playing non-XL Pokemon, right? It was very funny because I had a whole set against 5 people who had pretty much triple XL teams in that entire set. And I was able to win a lot of them, but I didn't record at that time. So it was very unfortunate I couldn't show you guys those matchups. But yeah, it was very, very tough, right? Every game that you play against XL Pokemon, it's very hard fought win whenever that happens. So, you know, if you could have the resource to invest in XL Pokemon, definitely go for it. I will start using my XL Galarian Stunfisk very soon. I'm probably going to use the same line that I ran in Great League, but in Ultra League. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just to see what some teams are happening, people are running in Ultra League, right? Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in my next video.